Hello, YouTube. Mayflom here. I'm trying something new streaming wise, and I figured why not today? Because if it's going to be madness, let's have it be madness, right? So, welcome to my channel. I'm actually working on something with new camera and new setup so that I can come live to you and show you some different things and do some different things, but I'm also testing new technology. So, I figured since around here things are absolute madness, what better time than be in the madness? Let's go ahead and just do it. And as I'm starting to film this, now it's just reminding me that I said 9:30 and it's 9. You know what? Glitch on what I put down in my planner. Things are crazy. What are we going to do? So this is a rare glimpse. We're actually over at the window. Where you normally see me is about 5 feet, 6 feet behind me. And the reason is very dark and cloudy morning. So over here by the window is the only decent light. The other reason is we are in the madness here. And what I mean by that, and by the way, if you're coming in, whether live or on the replay, leave me a comment. I love to hear from you. I also love to see that things are working, that we're doing stuff. So this live stream is going to be short and a little different because what I'm doing on this end, and I'll have to post an Instagram story so you can see, I am on a new, it's called StreamYard, and I'm testing out the technology of how we can do it because I can have like 2 or 3 cameras. So we can have the sewing machine camera and the craft table camera and the face camera and do all the different things and have lots of fun with it. But I need to make sure I know how it works before we really get going. And everything here in the studio is complete madness right now. There's just been so much going on. And I see, hi Trish, thank you for hopping on. Trish, this is going to be the software that I'm going to try to use when we try to go and do lives together over at Dress It Up Buttons and Jesse James Beads. So I'm getting all the kinks worked out here on my own channel first. This is going to be interesting. So it's been madness around here because a whole bunch of work product and things dropped. And when I say dropped, I mean like there's still, if you look behind me at all this stacked up behind me, it's as tall as me all over this room. And luckily, because it is a dark day, you're not seeing the clear view of behind me. That is a very good thing right now. And then over here at camera two, this is very exciting for me. Over here at camera 2, what I'm going to show you, we're gonna open the mail. We're gonna open the mail. I'm going to talk to you about the projects coming, and I'm going to get your feedback on things you guys might like to see or things that you're interested in. And I see Rhonda. Hi, this is so exciting because this is just very exciting. So I've been working on learning how to do this for quite some time. And I finally last night, I was like, you know what? There's no reason why you're not testing this out and going with it. You think you know how it's going to work. You need to just get on and go do that. So here we go. All right. So a lot of things hit the office today, and I'm just going to use this camera a little bit to show you. If we go this way, it gets very madness over there. And if we angle the camera this way, it gets, again, oh, there's my tea. It's madness everywhere in here. But you know what? It's super fun stuff because we have gotten, what am I doing here? Oh, there we go. We have got, and now I see why I've got the camera angled the other way. All right. So I've got new Mickey Mouse buttons from Dress It Up Buttons. And by the way, I'm going to put a link, as when this live ends, I will put a link there in the video description to the Dress It Up Buttons YouTube, because I have got a whole bunch of holiday tutorials coming for Disney holiday and beyond. These ones are little wreaths, and I will show you if I can find it. Oh, yep, there it is. Look, yay. So they released all of these little Disney, and they're like flocked. So they're super cute. They released all of these little Disney holiday heads buttons, and I'm going to be doing videos with them, obviously, because they're so cute. But yeah, those just hit the desk this week. I also got an order from PDB. So this is stuff I purchased, PDB Creative Studio. So this is called, I want to say that this is the German glass glitter that they call, like dragon scales or they call it something like that, but you can see German glass glitter, if you're not familiar, it's glass. It's, I guess you could call it glitter, but it's really just like shards of glass. And it's absolutely amazing in your craft projects. There's a lot of things you can do with it. I'm going to be working with this in resin. And then I also got, there's 2 or 3 colors, but guys, I'm just gonna be real honest here. They're buried. These are little rhinestones, and these kinds of rhinestones are called jelly. So they're not, well, they're not like Swarovski. They're not super fancy, but they're super fun to do, especially at the holidays, to make crafts where you're gluing rhinestones onto things or like semi-homemade kind of putting rhinestones onto things. They're super fun. And I want to say it was like $4 for this enormous container. So I'll put links to everything that I show you guys in the video in the description as soon as we're done going live, because I just didn't even know, I'd be very honest, I didn't even know what we had in here to even go live in the first place. Okay, and then I have this out because I have 3 different scrapbooking projects I want to take on over the holidays. I take Thanksgiving week and then the 2 weeks around Christmas, also known as the kids' breaks. I don't take on assignments for work, meaning I leave myself open time for fun crafts or things I want to do just for me, not because it was assigned. And I intend to do a whole bunch of scrapbooking and film a whole bunch of scrapbooking, not just live streams, but do different videos and things. So I'm taking on, we're going to finish New York. If you have been around a while, then you know I talk about my New York album all the time because it's just a little 8x8 album that I need to wrap up. New York is going to be finished and it will get a video because it will be epic that I stopped talking about it and got that darn thing finished. It is important. So New York will be finished. This is a Disney album. So my question to you is, if you like scrapbooking, if you want to see scrapbooking content, what is helpful to you, or what would you like to see? Is it design? Is it technique? I'm going to be in the new year doing some live streams for Dress It Up Buttons with Disney scrapbooking. We're going to do some live stream Disney scrapbooking, but what else would you like to see, or what specifically would be helpful to you? Drop me a comment, let me know. That would be awesome to know. Let's see, looking around. Oh, that's the other thing we have here. Looking around, we also have these I picked up at Target yesterday because I thought these would be super fun to put buttons and beads and, I don't know, maybe some rhinestones and things, but like our charms dangle from. But they were just such cute little hair bows, and I need a haircut pretty bad, but I don't see a time when I'm actually going to get around to doing that anytime soon. So I'm thinking I want to do something with those. So that's why they're in here. And everything is madness. I just need to clean up and tidy up. And then look at this color. Isn't that beautiful? It's like somewhere between pink and purple, just cozy little hat. And again, I was thinking about like adding some little kind of, I don't know, I think I have to sew onto it, but sewing some kind of little something onto the edge somewhere on here to customize it. It's just so soft and such a pretty color. I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. So we've got that. What else do we have in here? Just dropped this morning is, I know it looks like, guys, just to be clear, I really don't shop very much. We just had a very strange week where all of a sudden all kinds of things hit, some of which were purchased, some of which were assignments and work stuff coming in. So it just became like this strange thing where over here I've got like this huge pile of things to put away. I'm like, that's just not normal. So we'll get that. This is the Coco. I subscribe to the Coco Daisy memory keeping kit, and this, look at this, it's all like blues and greens, all wintry. So I'm very excited to see that. And I swear, like, I'm not one for unboxings and things typically, but I have been waiting on this one because look at those. Aren't those so cute? And then we've got just all this like snowy pretty stuff. So cute. So I'm very excited for that. We will definitely do a scrapbook live stream with that. And I'm throwing this under the sewing desk, which sounds crazy, except that under the sewing desk is right where it should be if we actually want to see it and use it. So part of the undoing of the madness, which is today's job, it was supposed to be yesterday's, but I'm going to be honest, I ended up doing a lot of paperwork on the computer, and then I ended up just being distracted, doing other stuff. So madness is now today's problem. What I am doing here, I've got a notebook and I'm going to be writing out things that I brought in. So things like my little hat, or things like, I'm looking around just trying, oh, my little like hair bow idea, or different things like that. I am going to be writing down into this notebook that I want to do, that I want to handle, things that I feel like, you know what, we need to, we need to prioritize this, or we need to get this done. Those are going to go in here. And then that way I can work off of there, and I'll know where everything is, and I'll be able to take care of it all, because we are in the time of year where things get exciting and I get all fired up about all the projects I'm going to do. And then I start too many projects, and then they either get lost or I find them in March and think, oh, that's right, I meant to do that. So we're trying to avoid that. Here's one example. I just uncovered this little guy from Nightmare Before Christmas that I was going to make into a like a Halloween decoration. I'm going to make him into a little Nightmare Before Christmas, right? So I'm going to make him into a little Christmas tree decoration, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. But this isn't very much time, maybe 1 or 2 hours left to finish this guy before I can do that. So he's going into a very separate pile that actually this is going to get cleaned out. Right now I've got like scrapbooking my notebook. This is supposed to be my cross-stitching container where whatever cross-stitching project I'm currently working on lives, and it got out of control. So that's what happens. Things get busy, or you get excited and get doing a bunch of stuff, and if you don't pause and kind of organize it and get it under control, it can get just even more out of control. Yeah, perfect example. I'm taking a scrap of Aida cloth for cross stitching, and this is going to be an ornament, but I clearly just mid-project moved on and forgot about it, and then I just unburied it. So I got to finish this guy, because this one I have specific plans for. Okay, looking around, what else do we got? Oh, okay, so that's the other thing that I did this week that I was part of fixing the madness. Jesse James beads, I've got they sent me to do some stuff with their magical mystery bead box, which is a very cool thing, and we'll be talking about it in the future. But what's cool today, and what I wanted to show you today, is I took the kit apart. It had all of these different colors, had their own little section, and I took it all apart and put the beads by color, by kit really, but by color, into each one is in its own little container now. So that is the pale rosette, and it has its own thing. Over here is leprechaun, and it has its own little container. But these little containers, my only complaint about this box that I purchased, and I purchased this box from Amazon, my only complaint is, why did they make me a box where, like, shouldn't there be 16 and shouldn't they all fit? Like, they don't, by the way. If you start trying to do it, they all get funky. But shouldn't we have 16 and shouldn't they fit properly this way? Isn't it weird that it's 5, 5, and then 2 flung in this way, that's how the box is designed? So that annoys me mildly, because it's not correct in my mind. But this is an awesome little container that was pretty inexpensive, that I'm able to have like all this organized and together. And it's the one thing that's new here in the studio that's actually properly organized. Yeah, Trish, I think it's super weird that this is just like that the box, and yeah, the box is from Amazon. It's not from Just James Beads. The Just James Beads is the beads within. But I'm really excited about organizing it, because I think too, for a lot of my project ideas, I will be able to create out of this box, like this little box, and it's more manageable. And then when supplies get low, I can move them into what I call the bead soup box and move on to the next thing. So I think that will be a lot of fun. And then also I've got to finish. I've been doing gift bags with heat transfer vinyl. So I will share that, and we will talk about that in a very soon future live, because I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And these little bags, again, Amazon just bought like a thing of 20 of them, but I can put little gifts in them, put some heat transfer vinyl or stitch something on them, and then boom, I've got a custom little gift. So I am very, very excited about that. I'm trying to think. There was one more thing I was going to show you. Mentally, I thought I had one more thing I was going to show you, but I'm looking around and I'm not seeing it. So I think that's everything. If you have joined me on the replay, or whether you're live or on the replay, thank you for tuning in. I'd love to hear your thoughts on, what would be helpful, or what kind of projects and ideas and things would be helpful. I'm going to be scheduling out so you will be able to see future live times and subjects. Sometimes they'll be scrapbooking, sometimes they'll be gift making, that kind of thing. And I'm also, now that I had to take a couple weeks there for a couple different reasons. Now that things are, cross fingers, looking like they're back on track, I'm also going to be scheduling my studio talk videos are coming back. And then there's some product reviews and tutorials and technique videos that are coming back now that things are, like I said, back on track. But first, you can see either way, you can see it's a little scary behind me, and I got to fix that before we go any farther, because we have worked ourselves to where we are in the corner. The computer is perched on top of things. The other camera over here is perched on top of things. Everything is perched on top of things. There isn't a workspace left except this one spot. And spoiler alert, that is actually a shelf. So that's actually a shelf sitting on the edge and overhang of my storage unit, with the white plastic piece that I use for photography over it. So that's not even technically a working surface. If I actually tried to work on this, it would go kaboom and fall over. So that's how messy it is in here. That's keeping it real, right? It is what it is. If you're wanting to see behind the scenes or daily stuff, what's going on day to day and most up to date, the short videos, all of that stuff, I've got my Facebook and my Instagram. It's Craft with May. You can find me over there. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in here and being on my test stream. I think it worked the way I wanted it to. I'm gonna have to replay it and double check it, or we'll find out. Hopefully it did. And then in future, I'm gonna be streaming these to YouTube and Facebook. So if you have one or the other that you prefer to watch your videos on, it should be going to both. I say should be because this is me and this is technology, and I tend to be more of like a stitches and physical person versus a tech person. So we will see. Thanks so much for coming, guys. It's been fun.